Halloween Resurrection is a pretty good film. Initially, when I read the brief description for this, I thought that sounds like a really strange concept. And then I watched it, and it works. I wasn't sure it was going to, but it absolutely does. This was released in 2002. It's directed by Rick Rosenthal, and it's written by Larry Brand and Sean Hood. And we have a cast including Jamie Lee Curtis, Brad Loree, and various others. And this one follows on some time after the previous film, which sounds like a stupid thing to say, but the film before this, the three films before that, have been wiped in terms of the timeline. So it's worth clarifying that this does actually follow on from 20 years later. And at the beginning of the film, Michael goes after Laurie. And then the rest of the narrative focuses on this reality show that's being filmed in Michael's childhood home. And that's the bit where I thought, that's a strange decision for this film. But actually, it does work. It allows us to meet a lot of different characters, and it's very unclear to the characters what is kind of a setup for the reality show and whether it's fake or whether it's something that's genuinely scary and dangerous that's happening. Watching it, you think they're just acting when they're actually genuinely scared, and I thought that was very effective and worked really, really well. And it is kind of a scary situation to be in. I don't want to say it's the worst situation ever, but imagine being scared, begging for help, and people thinking you're acting because you're on a reality show. That traumatizing, absolutely. So it's a really effective narrative. I didn't know if that was going to be the case, but actually I thought it worked really well. For a lot of it, I will admit, and I don't know if, well, I'll finish my thought and then I'll say what I was going to say. For a lot of it, it doesn't necessarily feel like a Halloween film. If you were to just turn on the television, for example, and watch the random 5 minutes of it, it would be reasonable for you to not assume it's a Halloween film. And part of me thinks that's not a good thing because I want to watch Halloween for Michael Myers. I want to watch it and feel like I'm watching a Halloween film. But at the same time, it does mean that it's offering something a little bit different. Not to compare them too much, but I'm also watching all of the Friday the 13th films just now. And the first 7 films were basically identical. Whereas with the Halloween films, most of them have a little something different to offer, and this one certainly offers something different in terms of the narrative. So, yes, there were times when one could easily forget that it's a Halloween film, but at the same time, it means it's doing something a little different. It's not just rehashing the same story again and again. So I guess there's a pro and a con to that, but I thought it worked really well. The performances were really good. The narrative is very well executed, and Michael's involvement still worked really well. And all things considered, I came away from it feeling really happy with the experience. And again, as I said, when I started watching it, I wasn't 100% sure the case if I'd really enjoy it or not, but I was happy with it, and I'm really looking forward to watching the next one. If you haven't seen it, definitely check out Halloween Resurrection. It worked better than expected. It flows well. The pacing's good. Absolutely no issues. In general, it's a good story. It's not the scariest, but there are moments when it's quite intense, quite atmospheric. So, all things considered, Halloween Resurrection is a decent experience. And if you're a Halloween fan, then I'd say it's definitely worth watching.